The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Matthew 26:41. But what does this mean scientifically? Gaslighting is equal to bait and switch, which is illegal. Using a half-truth. Boosting dopamine levels without validation. Weaponizing time and exhausting the amygdala is not considered a logical statement. Also used for class warfare and is considered lying. Gaslighting is psychological warfare. A bait-and-switch tactic which is illegal, aimed to disorientate the amygdala through the disruption of the mitochondria's ATP with a half-truth, which is not a logical statement. Boosting dopamine levels without validation, weaponizing time and exhausting the amygdala, and is used for class warfare. A particular frame of mind corresponds to specific neural patterns formed through synaptic connections between neurons. The brain undergoes structural and functional changes to reinforce these patterns. Dopamine plays a critical role in this process, acting as a neuromodulator that facilitates neuroplasticity by promoting the formation of new synaptic connections, a chemical to learning new neurological connections to other cells. This represents the brain's response to validation, wherein synaptic connections are strengthened, reinforcing specific neural pathways. Over time, these reinforced networks contribute to the establishment of a stable frame of mind or neural circuit associated with the experience. When the brain fails to receive expected validation, particularly in response to misleading stimuli such as a bait-and-switch or half-truths, it can enter a state of cognitive dissonance. This drives continued neural activity as the brain attempts to resolve the inconsistency, often resulting in mental fatigue. During this process, significant metabolic resources, including adenosine triphosphate, ATP, are consumed as the brain searches for new synaptic connections to re-establish a coherent cognitive framework. Prolonged metabolic stress and excessive ATP consumption can impair mitochondrial function, potentially leading to mitochondrial dysfunction and triggering apoptotic pathways. This cellular stress may ultimately result in programmed cell death, commonly referred to as apoptosis, also known as cell popping or matrixing. An example is when it comes to saving the mitochondria's energy, ATP, on a subconscious level is when an individual holding the door open for you as you pass through, effectively reducing your physical exertion, thereby conserving your mitochondrial metabolic resources, specifically adenosine triphosphate, ATP, the primary energy currency of the cell. Most people say thank you on a subconscious level because it saves their mitochondria energy of opening the door themselves. When it comes to apoptosis, cell death, within the brain, also known as cell popping or matrixing, the transition in a dog's behavioral disposition from a joyful and sociable puppy to a protective and vigilant adult can be attributed to neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize and form new neural connections in response to environmental stimuli, experiences, and training. This adaptive rewiring plays a critical role in shaping behavioral frameworks over time. Neuroplasticity can occur across various professions, including the military, as a result of intensive training and adaptation. However, in former military personnel, the effects of post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, can significantly impair this neural adaptability. The cumulative neurological burden, potentially involving neuronal damage or cell popping from extreme stress or trauma, may hinder the brain's ability to reorganize and reintegrate into civilian cognitive frameworks, making recovery and reintegration more challenging. Apoptosis, or programmed cell death, can be observed within family dynamics, where psychological patterns are passed down through generations. This phenomenon, sometimes referred to as cell popping or matrixing, reflects the deep imprinting of behavioral and cognitive frameworks from parent to child, aptly captured by the adage, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. As neural plasticity shapes the individual's mental structure within the familial environment, a stage of cognitive divergence may emerge. Commonly recognized as the rebellious phase, this marks the individual's growing awareness of inherited cognitive schemas and a subsequent attempt to differentiate or rewire their neural pathways in pursuit of autonomous identity formation.